Hello everyone, welcome to this series on the history of English literature. And in this video, we are going to discuss the development of prose style in the Victorian age. Introduction. The Victorian age, 1837 to 1901, named after Queen Victoria's reign, was a period of profound cultural, social, and literary transformation in England. This era witnessed significant developments in literary prose, marked by a dominant middle style and notable departures into more ornate and scholarly expressions. The evolution of prose style during this period reflects the broader intellectual currents of the time, including industrialization, social reform, and the pursuit of scientific inquiry. This video explores the development of prose style in the Victorian age, highlighting the prevalence of the middle style, the contributions of prominent writers, and the emergence of more ornate and scholarly prose forms. The dominance of the middle style. During the Victorian age, the majority of prose was written in what is referred to as the middle style. This established medium was prevalent in journalism, miscellaneous writings, and the vast majority of novels produced during the period. The middle style is characterized by its balanced approach, combining clarity and accessibility with a degree of sophistication that appealed to the educated middle class. It served as the backbone of Victorian literature, providing a versatile framework that could accommodate a wide range of subjects and themes. In novels, the middle style facilitated the exploration of social issues, moral dilemmas, and character development in a manner that was both engaging and intellectually stimulating. This approach allowed writers to reach a broad audience, including the burgeoning middle class, who were eager for literature that reflected their experiences and concerns. The middle style's adaptability made it the preferred choice for many writers, ensuring its dominance in Victorian literary production. Ornate and scholarly prose. Ruskin, Pater, Meredith, and Stevenson. While the middle style was predominant, a select group of writers ventured into more ornate and scholarly prose, elevating the literary landscape with their distinctive approaches. John Ruskin, Walter Pater, Henry James, Robert Louis Stevenson exemplified this trend, each contributing uniquely to the evolution of Victorian prose. John Ruskin, the pinnacle of ornateness. John Ruskin's prose stands at the pinnacle of Victorian ornateness. As an art critic, social thinker, and philanthropist, Ruskin infused his writings with a rich and elaborate style that combined detailed aesthetic analysis with fervent social commentary. His works, such as Modern Painters and Unto This Last, are marked by their eloquent prose, meticulous attention to detail, and profound moral and aesthetic insights. Ruskin's style is characterized by its elaborate descriptions, complex sentence structures, and a deep commitment to intellectual and artistic rigor. His ability to blend artistic critique with social advocacy made his prose both intellectually demanding and artistically rewarding, setting a high standard for Victorian literary elegance. Walter Pater, Scholarly Elegance and Aesthetic Inquiry. Walter Pater's prose further exemplifies the scholarly elegance that flourished during the Victorian age. Known for his work, Studies in the History of the Renaissance, Pater emphasized the importance of personal perception and sensory experience in understanding art and culture. His writing is distinguished by its refined vocabulary, intricate syntax, and a focus on aestheticism and philosophical inquiry. Pater's prose is both scholarly and accessible, blending academic precision with a lyrical quality that appeals to both intellectuals, and general readers. His contributions enriched the prose style of the period, introducing a nuanced and contemplative approach to literary criticism and critical analysis. Henry James and Robert Louis Stevenson. Mannered dictions and expressive precision. Henry James and Robert Louis Stevenson also contributed to the development of more ornate prose styles in Victorian literature. James, renowned for his psychological realism and intricate character studies, employed a mannered diction that conveyed the complexities of human consciousness and social interactions. His novels such as The Portrait of a Lady and The Wings of the Dove showcase a refined and sophisticated prose style that prioritizes subtlety and depth over overt simplicity. Robert Louis Stevenson, known for works like Treasure Island and Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, displayed a different facet of ornate prose. Stevenson's style is noteworthy for its careful selection of epithets, clear expressiveness, and delicate rhythm. His prose is marked by a precise and measured approach, balancing descriptive detail with narrative drive. Stevenson's ability to convey vivid imagery and maintain a steady rhythm contributes to the readability and enduring appeal of his works, demonstrating how ornate prose can enhance storytelling without sacrificing clarity. Carlyle and Macaulay, unique brands of the middle style. Thomas Carlyle and Thomas Babington Macaulay represent unique interpretations of the middle style, each infusing it with their distinctive voices and perspectives. While they adhered to the established norms of the middle style, their prose exhibited particular qualities that set them apart from their contemporaries. Thomas Carlyle, gruff and tempestuous prose. Thomas Carlyle's prose is characterized by its gruff and tempestuous nature, often reflecting his passionate and reformist zeal. His works such as Sartor Resartus and On Heroes, Hero Worship and The Heroic in History display a vigorous and dynamic style that conveys his fervent beliefs and moral convictions. Carlyle's prose is marked by its forceful rhetoric, emotive language, and an unyielding commitment to social and moral reform. Despite his often rough and impassioned delivery, Carlyle occasionally incorporated passages of soothing beauty, adding a layer of complexity to his literary persona. Thomas Babington Macaulay, hard, clear, and racy prose. In contrast, Thomas Babington Macaulay's prose is noted for its hardness, clarity, and rapid pace. His History of England from the accession of James II exemplifies this style, combining straightforward narrative with sharp and witty commentary. Macaulay's writing is characterized by its lucid and direct language, brisk tempo, and a tendency to infuse historical accounts with lively and engaging narratives. This approach made his histories accessible and appealing to a broad readership, balancing scholarly rigor with literary flair. Simpler writers Dickens, Thackeray, and Stevenson. Amidst the spectrum of Victorian prose styles, a large number of writers embraced simpler and more accessible approaches. Notably, Charles Dickens, William Makepeace Thackeray, and Robert Louis Stevenson achieved significant successes with their distinct prose styles, which created a wide audience while maintaining literary quality. Charles Dickens, journalistic manner and social commentary. Charles Dickens is renowned for his journalistic manner and the seamless integration of social commentary into his prose. In works like The Uncommercial Traveller, Dickens employed a conversational and engaging style that blended narrative storytelling with insightful observations of contemporary society. His prose is marked by its humor empathy and vivid characterizations, making complex social issues relatable and compelling to readers. Dickens's ability to balance entertainment with moral critique exemplifies the effectiveness of simpler yet richly detailed prose style. William Makepeace Thackeray, subacid prose and satirical wit. William Makepeace Thackeray's prose, particularly in the Roundabout Papers, is distinguished by its subacid flavor and sharp satirical wit. Thackeray's writing combines a relaxed and easygoing tone with incisive social critique, creating a style that is both entertaining and thought-provoking. His prose is noted for its elegant simplicity, allowing him to effectively highlight the hypocrisies and pretensions of Victorian society without sacrificing literary sophistication. Thackeray's ability to infuse humor and irony into his narratives contributed to the enduring appeal of his works. Robert Louis Stevenson, mannered precision and expressive clarity. Robert Louis Stevenson's prose style is characterized by its mannered precision and expressive clarity. In his works, Stevenson carefully selects epithets and employs a clear-cut expressiveness that enhances the readability and aesthetic quality of his writing. His prose exhibits a delicate rhythm that complements his storytelling, making his narratives both engaging and emotionally resonant. Stevenson's meticulous attention to language and rhythm demonstrates how a balance of precision and expressiveness can create a compelling and memorable prose style. The average Victorian poetical style, ornate over simplicity. Overall, the average poetical style of the Victorian period was predominantly ornate rather than simple, representing a natural reaction against the simpler methods of the preceding Romantic era. This trend towards ornateness was characterized by its increased use of formal poetic devices, rich and detailed vocabulary, and a heightened attention to imagery and rhythm. The Victorian desire for complexity and sophistication in literature mirrored the broader cultural and intellectual aspirations of the time, which valued artistic refinement, intellectual depth, and moral seriousness. The ornate poetic style became a hallmark of Victorian literature, distinguishing it from the more straightforward and emotionally driven poetry of earlier times. This shift not only enhanced the aesthetic quality of poetry, but also allowed poets to explore more nuanced and layered expressions of their themes and subjects. The legacy of this ornate tradition is evident in the continued appreciation of Victorian poetry for its technical skill, rich imagery, and enduring emotional impact. Conclusion: the development of prose style in the Victorian age was marked by a dynamic interplay between the dominant middle style and the emergence of more ornate and scholarly expressions. While the middle style provided a versatile and accessible framework for a wide range of literary works, a select group of writers ventured into more elaborate and refined prose forms, enriching the literary landscape with their distinctive voices and approaches. Figures like John Ruskin, Walter Pater, Henry James, and Robert Louis Stevenson exemplified the peak of ornate and scholarly prose, while Thomas Carlyle and Thomas Macaulay offered unique interpretations of the middle style that balanced clarity with personal flair. Simultaneously, simpler prose styles, as demonstrated by Charles Dickens, William Makepeace Thackeray, and Robert Louis Stevenson, ensured that Victorian literature remained inclusive and engaging for a broad audience. This diversity of prose styles not only catered to different tastes and preferences, but also reflected the complex and multifaceted nature of Victorian society itself. The Victorian age's contribution to prose style lies in its ability to synthesize tradition with innovation, creating a rich and varied literary heritage that continues to influence and inspire writers today. By embracing both the rigor and the middle style and the elegance of more ornate prose forms, Victorian writers laid the groundwork for future developments in literary prose, ensuring that the era's legacy endures in the annals of English literature. So this was the discussion on the development of prose style in the Victorian age. We will meet in the next video and discuss some other topic. Until then, goodbye and thank you.